Well, the shadows are getting pretty long. I've found a camp spot. I'm still here on the Burr Trail. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but behind me, back in there, that area, is the truck. I'll see if I can pan around a little bit and maybe I can point it out afterwards because I can't really see what's going on with this tiny little screen. But anyway, the spot I'm camped at tonight is at the end of that big long gorge, and what happens is you come out of that gorge and you wind up in this. So you wind up with this big panoramic view of the countryside here. You can see a little bit of the Burr Trail going off into the distance there. So it goes way out that way. And that's where the switchbacks are, and then we drop down off there to that big water pocket fold area, it's called, where that big, looks like a fault line kind of runs north and south there. So, but the shadows are getting long, it's getting late on in the evening, and it's probably about time to make some dinner. Well, I have given the atmospheric river time to run its course. I'm back up here in the Pacific Northwest, and I had a great time kicking around in Utah there, but I did develop a gas leak on the Tacoma. So it's parked in the driveway and I got to get it into the shop. I tried to get in there and see if I could figure it out. I think it's like maybe the return line from the fuel injection system or something is leaking, but it's at a point where I can't get to it, so I'm gonna have to take that in the shop. So camping is pretty much done until we get that fixed. So because the weather was improving a little bit, and because all the stuff that I know needs to get done on this boat was bugging me, I decided to just come back up here and build a to-do list out, which I have done, a great big thing, and come up here and just kick some butt and take names and get this stuff done. So I'm here, and it's rainy. Now, it's not pouring rain, but it's in the mid-40s and just gentle rain right now. So the weather isn't optimal, and it's throwing my body a little bit in shock because, a week ago I was hanging out in the desert. But be that as it may, I'm here. The furnace is acting up in a different way than it was before, so I don't know what's up with that thing. Whoever gave me shade on the comments about putting that piece of black pipe on my hot water heater, you were right, and I shouldn't have done that. When I first turned on a hot water heater, or hot water out of the sink, it's coming out rusty. So I got a little plumbing to do, I got a little electrical work to do, I got a little debugging on this stupid furnace to do, I got some network work to do because I got that new camera to hook up, and I've decided I'm going to hook all my cameras together. I'll explain more about that later when we get to that point. What else? I've got my little weather system that I can see over the internet, but right now the display for that thing is just sitting up on the helm here, and the power cord is just hanging down. It drives me crazy every time I see it over there. I can't have that, so that'll be under my electrical work. Is I got to get that power cord run up through hide it somewhere. I have a thought. you probably can't see it where we're at. Right above my head is that kind of header up there along the top of the inside of the boat. And, you know, we've got our radio in there and our stereo. And I think I've got a spot over on the port side of that where I could cut another square and mount that panel in there. It doesn't come with anything to be mounted like that, so I'll have to figure out some way to hold it in place, but I might be able to do that. So we'll see. No promises, but we might be able to do that. I've got just a few other odds and ends that are electrical work. The boat's kind of green on that side of the boat, so we got to wash it obviously, but other than that, I think I did fix my tank watch system. I can now see where I'm at with fresh water again. So yeah, we're making some progress. We still got a fair amount of stuff to do. And obviously our stern thrusters are not on here. So I'm going to be checking with the boatyard tomorrow to see what their schedule looks like. And then if they are still, you know, without a huge lead time on haul outs, then I'll just watch the weather and pick a good day and haul this thing out and have it up there in the yard so I can put those stern thrusters on. And while I'm doing that, I was planning on putting on 300 feet of anchor chain, so I'm going to be looking at anchor chain pricing versus, you know, galvanized versus stainless steel. I would really like to do stainless. We'll have to see if I can afford it. And then as I'm in that same job, although I'm not absolutely sure it has to happen while I'm on the ground, but I do want to put an inflatable dinghy on the back of this thing and set it up on the top. So I got a lot of stuff to do is all I'm saying. And it'll be a mixed bag. So I'm going to tear into it and get started. But I feel like I've probably already made this video way too long because I was showing off southern Utah there. So since it's just me getting started, I think what I'll do is now you know what's coming. I'm going to wrap this one up and get it up in the can. And then the next time you see me, I'll have my sleeves rolled up, which they kind of already are, but we're going to roll them up and get to work. So you'll be able to see me get some stuff done, hopefully. And hold me to it, man. I got a to-do list here. So we're just going to start working on that thing and get it done.